Good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you know what? You gotta take your hat off to the ANC. I mean, really, you do. Not only do they clean out the state-owned enterprises, but they steal from their own. Yep. The ANC Women's League President Bathabile Dlamini has admitted the League's social development arm has collapsed and there are plans to lay criminal charges. So what's this all about? Well, this is really very interesting and intriguing, and I'll explain to you why. And this is a shout out to Lynn. Thank you, Lynn, for drawing this to my attention. A sum of 50 million rand is reportedly missing from the coffers of the ANC Women's League Social Development Wing, according to the Malebongwe Women's Development Organization, or MWDO. The president of the league, the ANCWL, or Women's League, Bathabile Dlamini, has reportedly acknowledged that the MWDO has collapsed and that a sum of 50 million rand has gone missing. It's not missing, it's been stolen. The missing monies are from an estimated 211 million rand in dividends the MWDO got from a, listen to this, a BEE deal. Yeah, a Black Economic Empowerment deal. It was reported that the dividends were from a deal with Anglo-American dating back to 2005, and that ANCWL had pledged that the monies would be used to support and develop a number of projects run by women across the country. It was reported that ANCWL's promise had been that 10,000 women would benefit from the MWDO. However, due to a lack of funds, a number of the MWDO's projects across the country failed, which led to them being probed. Well, this is what you call par for the course, quite honestly. The publication spoke to the MWDO's former officials as well as its beneficiaries and intended beneficiaries from Gauteng, the Western Cape, Northwest Limpopo, and the Eastern Cape about the various failed projects. Dlamini reportedly agreed that the failed projects means that the dreams of the women beneficiaries had been shattered with their hopes for a better future now dashed. Dlamini was quoted as saying that the organization's officials had thought the money belonged to them and not to the projects run by the women. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? The ANCWL president said the league would be heavily criticized for this and would be blamed for failing to closely monitor the funds. However, Dlamini said the ANCWL intends to approach the NPA, or National Prosecuting Authority, and lay criminal charges as well as report the matter to the public protector. Now, it's interesting here because this is what you call the low-hanging fruit. Okay, these aren't the Ace Magashulas of the world. These are people who are right down at the bottom of the pecking order. So they're going to be made an example of, while the real kingpins of fraud and corruption, the ANC leadership, they just sail on their merry way without anything happening. This is the double standards of justice in South Africa. Anyway, let's get back to the story. It was reported that the MWDO is a main beneficiary of the Malebongwe Women's Development Trust, or MWDT, which is also linked to the ANCWL. Deputy Minister in the Presidency for Women, Youth and People with Disabilities, Professor Hlengiwe Mkhize, reportedly plays a key role in both the MWDO and MWDT. The trustees of the MWDT is Advocate Medi Mokoena. Former KwaZulu-Natal ANCWL Chair Sibongile Mkhize heads the MWDO, which is a non-profit organization, or NPO. The Deputy Minister reportedly accused the head of the MWDO of stealing the organization's assets and alleged that she was barring individuals from accessing its accounts. ANCWL Secretary General Mioko Matuba also accused the head of the NPO of withholding the 50 million rand and an additional 400,000 rand the organization received in 2018. However, the head of the MWDO reportedly questioned why she had not been taken to court for this and said if investigations are ongoing, a case against her should be opened. A former Western Cape coordinator of the MWDO, Mfo Maloa, has accused the Deputy Minister of misappropriation, alleging Mkhize had overseen the diversion of 250,000 rand from the organisation coffers to fund one of the former President Jacob Zuma's banquets. Well, that sounds about right, doesn't it? However, the Deputy Minister has dismissed the accusation, labelling it as a blatant lie. Mokoena and the head of the MWDO have reportedly refused to abide by a summons by the ANCWL leadership, which seeks an explanation on the missing money. A former financial advisor of the NWDO, Musa Madonsela, also accused the organization's head and her team of collapsing the NPO. The MWDO's BEE deal with Anglo American was taken over by Exxaro in 2006, with the latter coal producer paying dividends to the organization until 2018. The deal was reported to be worth 9 billion rand in 2005, and it involved a number of politically connected beneficiaries. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because you can see how everybody is in on the take here. The well-connected political beneficiaries receiving this money, nothing happens to them, no. But low-hanging fruit, go for it. Anglo American and Exxaro told the paper it is not their responsibility to monitor where the dividends were used to support the projects. However, Exxaro's spokesperson told the publication that the coal producer's BEE partner, Main Street 333, and MWDO are partaking in an internal process to determine what happened to the money. The publication broke down the amounts received by the MWDO based on analysis of the annual reports of Anglo American and Exxaro. Over 14 years, MWDO received 211.62 million rand. In 2005, the organization received 16.8 million rand. In 2006, the MWDO received 13.28 million rand. In 2007, 6.5 million rand, and in 2008, 15.3 million rand. In 2009, MWDO received 8.18 million rand. And so it goes on, and so it goes on. Millions of rands every year. And in 2018, the last one on record, it received 44.5 million rand. Well, someone at the MWDO obviously thought they had a huge paycheck coming to them every year. Why? Who knows? But this is South Africa, and this is the corrupt ANC. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video, please share this video, and above all, stay safe. Bye for now.